Shalom Akim. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem and Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, I agree millstone, men who teach and rule well, men who taught us this truth, and peace and blessings be unto you, full of Akim, your brothers that also push out this word, and truth, faith, and sincerity. And Lodwell, in this lesson, I wanted to begin with this article, and I have a few scriptures here just to bring out pretty much what's been happening around the news lately, or as I'm pretty sure I've heard and seen, and I'm most definitely going to refrain from talking directly, throwing out high attention-esque words, with what happened recently, specifically, right, with a certain shooting, right? So, but nevertheless, in this video, all right, like I said, as Akim have seen, pretty much beginning in the book of 2nd Esdras, right? Let's just get that first. This is 2nd Esdras 16, verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" So what we have seen, it's just that, man. There are times of great evil, because in the midst of all this, let's be honest, uproars of the people. This is what, the first month of the year. All right, just in the what's that? I think we're in the second week now, already, and we're already seeing the beginning of many things that some we'll call sorrow. All right, because here it is, in this article. Pretty much, this is data that has been collected by in 2025, so just last year, of ICE's pretty much the statistics on their treatment of the people that were pretty much detained. All right, now I'm gonna read a little bit into it, because as I can see, there was 32 deaths for fatalities, all right, under ICE's detainment. All right. So, and what's funny is that, first off, I can have to remember that ICE is federal. So it's relating directly to the government. All right. It may not be like internal affairs, but it's still directly tied to the government of the United States, man. All right, to Babylon. Now, 32 people. That doesn't sound like a high number as it may seem, for people that regularly read statistics, but here it is from a federal agency. That's actually pretty bad, and this is just talking about fatalities that was already documented, things that Esau chooses, all right, for us to see, for the world to see. So this is from the Guardian, all right. It says 32 people died in Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody, ICE, in 2025, making it the agency's deadliest year in more than 2 decades, as the Trump administration moved to detain a record number of people. Some of those who died in detention had arrived in the U.S. recently, seeking asylum. Others had arrived years ago, some as young children. Some had been apprehended on criminal charges or had served time for convictions. Others had been picked up in the administration's indiscriminate ICE raids. All right, and it's funny because now when you read into it, there's going to be a list of pretty much prominent individuals that specifically as to why these fatalities happen. Now when you read into it, it's all usually just 9 times out of 10 just total BS, man. All right, brothers can literally because I'm gonna link this article in the description box, but pretty much there's deaths that talking about heart failures, high blood pressure, of course, concerning the Northern Kingdom, but there is even one, I might read it, but this article's kind of long. I'm gonna keep reading. So it says here, the number of deaths, 32, matched the previous record set in 2004. These deaths occurred as the Trump administration ramped up its immigration operations, detaining a record number of people in December. The agency was holding 68,440 people in detention in mid-December. Nearly 75% of them had no criminal convictions. December was also the deadliest month in ICE custody. 6 people died. Now, and yeah, all right, because here it is. Again, this is nothing. And what's funny, this article came out, right, so on Sunday, 4th of January. Literally, a few days, if I'm not mistaken, a few days before, the recent shooting that happened in what was it? In Minnesota. All right. So, just showing you that really this, and this is the following list that I mentioned before. Just showing you that really, again, this is just the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of heaviness, the beginning of terror. And indeed, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to put a spirit, or as he has been right now, a spirit on Esau Edom, because currently the powers that be is given into their hand, man. All right, Job 9 and 24. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and the wicked is currently being, as the scriptures described. All right, is being the whipping stick pretty much in the Lord's hands. Now, obviously, the person that died recently isn't most likely. No, get out of here. Isn't a Jake, but nevertheless, what I can see in the video is, as the world would describe, it's just heartless, it's cold, right? I'm gonna go to Matthews 24:19. It says, "And woe unto them that are with," that's not Salakia, 24 and Salakia, verse 12, Matthew 24 and 12, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." All right, yeah, that's right. All right, so the love, so to speak, the fake outward illusion of love, according to this world, is gone, man. All right, really, it's been gone since many years now. All right, and here it is. It's only going to be the beginning of things, meaning in the times to come, it's only going to be more prevalent that really the Lord is making his presence even more known, because of the fact that if Esau has a power to do just this, to where even the alleged shooter of any incident can get acquitted that easily, all right, again, just more power to the point I was making. Not only are they given that power, but it shows you the type of spirit that the Lord can truly put on people. That guy, when you watch the video, that guy didn't have a conscience, you had even people screaming it in the video. Do you have a conscience? And for the purpose of these upcoming, final epilogue of the last days, no, these people aren't gonna have a conscience, man. All right, and this is just what concerning, so-called immigrants, right? When relating to our people, but here it is. It's gonna be an absolute, pretty much an easy transition in the midst of the chaos to turning out to who? The men of the Lord, right? So, right, and if you keep reading, this is one example, of a Ukrainian citizen that pretty much, it was an apparent stroke, right? When you go into it, he actually died from bleeding of the brain. And it's funny because there's all types of videos of these apparent fatalities that they'll deem it as not due to natural causes, which the scriptures even tell us to not be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right, Esau Edom is literally the embodiment of a deceiver. He's a devil. All right, you best believe in these following lists of people, these individual incidents, these fatalities, you best believe it wasn't no damn natural cause, man. All right, if they're able to get away with ease, mind you, of any death, man. All right, of any killing, and this is just more proof that they're gonna easily rise up to who? Unto the men of the Lord. All right, unto the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it really, it's prophecy. All right, this is 2nd Ezra. What was it? It was 16 and 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yeah, that's right. For right now, it's people that are quote unquote resisting arrest, trying to harm government officials, cops, National Guard troops, right? For right now, it's these so-called crimes that are done by U.S. citizens. But here it is. Now it's gonna go to the point where it's order ad chaos, right? Martial law, to where the American Constitution is gonna be thrown out right out the effing window. Slovakia, you know. And we're seeing literally a small glimpse, a small precursor, really, to how it will indeed be like in these last days. All right, verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right, and if you keep reading, of course, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, it's not going to make us be subject to such a, you know, these wimpy deaths. You know, use that word wimpy very egregiously. And it's funny because here it is that, you know, people are taking their time to mourn over what happened. But here it is in these times that are coming, we're not going to have time for that. The dead are not even going to have time to mourn their dead. You know, those that deceased are not even going to have time to be remembered for what had happened, man. All right. Because again, the Lord is just putting and accelerating really the times, all right, as to what he's going to do, all right, onto the majority and the masses of the people, man. All right. So for the rest of the brothers, you know, we know what to do, all right, to keep watching, to keep praying, all right, to not let these things bother us. But as for everyone else, again, it's just a shadow of things to come. You know, we ain't seen nothing yet. You know, that's the title of the lesson, man. You ain't seen nothing yet. All right, so those are this video is edifying. We'll close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders, like your millstone, men who teach and rule well. And peace and blessings be unto you, full of Akim, brothers. But also push out this word in truth, faith, and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.